Hello and welcome. You're watching Goa365 News Now. I'm your anchor Manish Parab, and as always, I'm here to bring you the stories shaping Goa, India and the world. Let's take a quick look at the top headlines tonight. Authorities link Red Fort blast that killed 12 to Faridabad terror module. Investigations intensify. And we begin with the top story for the day. In one of the most serious security incidents to hit India's capital in recent years, a vehicle exploded near the historic Red Fort metro station in Delhi on Monday evening. Investigators are probing the blast as a likely terror attack and tracing links to a separate terror module uncovered in Faridabad earlier the same day. Our detailed report follows.
At approximately 6:52 p.m. on 10th November 2025, a white Hyundai i20 stopped at a red light near Gate 1 of the Red Fort metro station in Old Delhi. Within seconds, it exploded, unleashing a fireball that engulfed nearby cars and auto rickshaws, shattered windows and caused widespread panic. The blast killed at least 8 people and injured more than 20. Fire services rushed several tenders to the scene and brought the blaze under control by around 7:29 p.m. The Red Fort area is one of Delhi's most crowded and iconic zones, a mixture of historic monument, bustling marketplace, and high-foot traffic thoroughfares. Security in the vicinity has always been stringent. An explosion at this location therefore raises alarm not only for its immediate human cost, but for the symbolic impact and the broader threat implications. Investigators have traced a complex ownership trail of the i20 involved in the blast. The car had changed hands several times, starting with a person named Salman, transferred to another owner, then to a dealer in Faridabad, then to a resident of Pulwama named Tariq, and finally to Dr. Muhammad Umar Muhammad, a doctor from South Kashmir's Pulwama district. Reports say Dr. Umar is linked to a terror module busted earlier in Faridabad and is now suspected to have been inside the car when it exploded. Earlier on the same day, law enforcement teams in Faridabad and Jammu and Kashmir uncovered a white-collar terror module comprising medical professionals and other educated suspects. In total, some 2,900 kilograms of explosive-making material was seized, including approximately 360 grams of ammonium nitrate, along with timers, remote controls, wires, walkie-talkies, and parts of assault rifles. Among those arrested were Dr. Muzammil Ahmad Ganai, an assistant professor affiliated with Al-Falah University in Faridabad, and Dr. Adil Ahmad Rahtar from Pulwama. Investigators now believe the two events, the Faridabad seizure and the Delhi blast, are connected. Reports suggest that Dr. Umar panicked after the arrest in Faridabad earlier that day and activated the vehicle in Delhi as a rushed retaliatory or defensive act. CCTV footage confirms the i20 car arrived near Red Fort neighborhood at around 3:19 p.m. and remained there unattended until about 6:48 p.m. before the explosion at 6:52 p.m. The vehicle's standing time and the explosion's timing raised questions about whether the car was rigged in advance, whether the device was remotely triggered, or whether it was a suicide mission. Preliminary forensic examinations suggest that the blast involved ammonium nitrate fuel oil type explosives along with detonators. The legal position now is that the Delhi police has invoked the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act and the Explosive Substances Act alongside murder or attempt to murder charges. A massive multi-agency probe is now in place involving the National Investigation Agency, National Security Guard, forensic laboratories and state police teams. In the wake of the blast, security was tightened across Delhi and in adjacent states. Vehicle checks were intensified at border points with Haryana and Uttar Pradesh, especially in Singhu, Tikri and Bardapur borders. Sensitive locations including railway stations, metro hubs and crowded commercial centers were placed under heightened alert. The government has asked every district security unit to review vulnerabilities and ensure difficult to secure zones are under surveillance. Scenes from the blast site showed charred vehicles, twisted metal, shattered glass, and anguished survivors. Shopkeepers and residents in the area described the moment of explosion as deafening and chaotic. Victims include commuters, market goers, and bystanders. Many of the injured are being treated at LNJP Hospital in Delhi. Identification of all fatalities are ongoing, and DNA tests have been ordered for badly damaged remains. Analysts say the incident highlights the evolving nature of terror threats. Modules that are professional, educated, and capable of striking high-visibility urban targets. The use of large quantities of explosive, intricate planning, and apparent infiltration underscores a serious challenge to counter terror efforts. The fact that the blast occurred in a high-footfall heritage zone underlines the risk of high-casualty attacks if execution had not been hurried or disrupted. As investigations move forward, many questions remain. What was the original target? Was this a suicide mission or a device triggered at the last minute? Who else remains at large? The focus now is on tracking every link, securing key urban spaces, and delivering justice to the victims. Lindsay Menezes and Arun Naik for Goa365.
Bihar's final phase of voting has wrapped up, and the state has recorded a remarkable 67.14% turnout by 5 p.m. With that, India's third most populous state concludes its two-phase assembly elections. From brisk polling and tight security to isolated clashes and last-minute allegations, Bihar's verdict now moves from the ballot box to the counting table.
Polling was held across 122 constituencies in 20 districts. The Election Commission said the process was largely peaceful, with over 3.7 crore voters, including 1.75 crore women, casting their votes at 45,399 polling stations. By 5 p.m., Bihar recorded a 67.14% turnout, the highest for any final phase in a decade. District-wise data showed Kishanganj leading with 66.10%, followed by Purnia at 64.22%. Nevada reported the lowest participation at 53.17%. Security was intensified following Monday's blast near Delhi's Red Fort. The Bihar police sealed the 700-kilometer international border with Nepal and increased joint patrolling along interstate boundaries. In Araria, tensions briefly flared when Congress and BJP supporters clashed near a polling booth. Police quickly intervened to disperse the crowd and voting resumed. This phase marks the final showdown between Bihar's main contenders, the NDA, led by the BJP and JDU, and the Mahagathbandhan, spearheaded by RJD's Tejashwi Yadav and the Congress. Prashant Kishore's Jan Siraj also entered the fray for the first time, hoping to carve out space in Bihar's crowded political landscape. The elections are being seen as a test of Chief Minister Nitish Kumar's two-decade-long rule and a key barometer for Prime Minister Narendra Modi's National Democratic Alliance. For Tejashwi Yadav, this is a chance to break the RJD's long electoral drought and reclaim Bihar's political heartland. As the sun sets over Bihar, the ballot boxes are sealed and the state awaits its verdict. From the bustling streets of Patna to the quiet booths in Purnia, every vote today tells a story of change, of continuity, and of conviction. The results will decide not just who governs Bihar, but which direction its people choose for the next 5 years. Lindsay Menezes and Amkar Deshprabhu for Goa365.
We'll be back in just a moment with more updates. Don't go anywhere. You're watching News Now on Goa365. Welcome back. Tension flared in Chimbel after the Revolutionary Goans Party lodged a complaint at Old Goa Police Station against Punch member Shankar Naik, accusing him of hurling abuses and issuing threats to Goans and party members. The RGP alleged that Naik's repeated misconduct could trigger a law and order situation. According to the RGP, Shankar Naik used offensive language and openly threatened members of the Revolutionary Goans Party and local residents during a recent altercation. The party claimed that this is not the first such instance involving Naik. An FIR was registered against him in April 2023 at the Old Goa Police Station after he allegedly threatened RGP member Ajay Kholkar at the Chimbal Panchayat premises.
या दिसांनी तुम्ही पहिला एक तो स्वरूप लामणी स्वरूप बाहेर सरता पहिले कोण मेटे येलो मार कोण तो आणि कोण तो म्हापसाचो कोण येलो आणि 2 दिवस पहिले आम्ही पहिला की चिंबलाचो इंदिरानगरचो पंच मेंबर शंकर नाईक वो नाईक न्हू यांनी आपले नाव चेंज करून वो लामाणी वो धाकटे झोपडून रावतालो तो आता पंच मेंबर जाला यांनी एक व्हिडिओ काढलो 6 तारीख आणि त्यांनी सांगले की आमका लामाणी म्हणू नका लामाणी बरी जाय आम्ही गोयकार आमका म्हणू नका म्हणून त्यांनी व्हिडिओ काढलो आणि तेगेर सुमार 350-400 लोकांनी कमेंट्स केले आणि ते कमेंट ताका इतले काळजाक लागले की त्यांनी 2 दिसांनी परत आणि एक व्हिडिओ काढलो 8 तारीख आणि 8 तारीख व्हिडिओ त्यांनी डायरेक्टली सांगले 8 तारीख त्यांनी डायरेक्टली व्हिडिओन सांगले की तुम्ही गेले इथून तुम्ही ये असल्यो त्यांनी गाडयो सांगले जे जे कोणी कमेंट्स मारला 300-350 जे गोंयकार लोक आसा तांकां त्यांनी थ्रेट दिल्ली की वाटेर जर तुम्ही म्हाका मेळत जाल्यार तुमकां हांव सोडची ना अशी ओपन थ्रेट दिली तितून बायलां आसा तितून भुरगे आसा तितून यूथ आसा तितून सगळे आसा आणि मागीर सांगून त्यांनी कितें म्हटलें की हे सगळे करता कोण हे सगळे करता रेव्होल्युशनरी गोवन्स पार्टी आणि पार्टीचो जो प्रेसिडेंट आहा मनोज परब करता इन्स्टिगेट करता वायलंट करता म्हणून असो तेंच्यानी आरोप घातलो आनी आमकां परत मागीर तेणी सांगलें की तुमकां कशेंच आपूण सोडची ना म्हणून सो हे नोंद घेवन आमी आयज आमकां कोण तो इन्चार्ज दुसरो मेळ्ळो PSI नासलो ताका सांगला की बेगीचे बेगीन हेजेर एक्शन जावपाक जाय पेन ड्रायव्ह ताका व्हिडिओ दिल्लो आसा अजाबाची गोस तो व्हिडिओ तेणी 8 तारखेचो डिलीट केला आता तो व्हिडिओ 8 तारखेचो त्यांनी डिलीट केला मग आम्ही डाउनलोड करून तो साहेबाक दिल्लो हा तिथून कळटा तो भिलेलो आसा मग तो काय समजपा ही आता सुरवात आसा एकटो उठता जसे की भाऊन आमचे सांगलेले हे सगळे लामाणी कोण आहा हे सगळे माऊंड हांकां व्हडलो जावप सोरोप जावंक दिवंक जायना आणि त्याच्यात पयलीं हांकां पायापुणा चिड्डूंक जाय
सरकाराकूय सांगपाक सोदता तुमी आयज NSA लायिल्ली आसा आनी हो डायरेक्ट इन्स्टिगेट करता म्हणजे हेचे असले फाटल्यान असे गुंडा असले कितले आसतले जे आयज थंय क्रायम करता आनी क्रिमिनल एक्टिविटी नासतले आनी तेंच्या कुस्ताचेर हो धमक्यो दिता हेका आयज उखलपाची गरज आसा आनी हेका उखलपाक जाय फाल्यां गोंयकार जर एकठांय जाले आनी जातलेच हे लक्षांत दवरा गोंयकार एकठांय जातले पळय जेन्ना हेच्या घरा कडेन वयतले तेन्ना हेका पळचो पडटलो तेन्ना पुलिसूय काय करपाक पावपाचें ना आमी इन्स्टिगेट करिना आमी म्हणून कायद्याच्या हितून येयल्ले आसा हेंकां कायदो लागना घाटयांक आमकां एवरी टायम आमचेर केन्ना कितें जाता आमी वायलन्स करिना आमी पुलीस स्टेशनाचेर येता पूण हे पुलीस स्टेशनां सगळीं फेल जाल्लीं आहा ही एक्शन घेवपाक ह्या घाटयांचेर टोटल फेल जाल्ली आसा आमी एवरी टायम न्याय मागपाक येता डेमोक्रेटीक प्रोसेस फॉलो करता लॉ फॉलो करता पूण हे कितें करतात हे तांकां प्रोटेक्ट करता कित्याक हो तेंचो पंच मेंबर जावन आसा आयज आमच्याच गोंयांत येवन आमकांच चॅलेंज करता हांव गोंयकारांक विचारपाक सोदता जे हांकां सपोर्ट थोडे करता तांकां की जर आमी कर्नाटकान गेल्ले आमी दुसऱ्या स्टेटीन गेल्ले आनी आमी जर अशे व्हिडिओ काडलेले आमचे मोडे पासून मेळचे नासले आमी हेंकां बाबा पुता करून हेंच्यांनी आमकां पात्राम करून गेले हे पोतयो विकणारे हे प्लास्टिकां रस्त्या वयली उखलपी आयज ते किंग जाला आनी ते अजून सांगता आमी लेबर कामां करता लेबर हो पंच हो लेबर काम करता लेबर काम जर करिना वच मरे तुज्या गांवांक आमकां लेबर जाय हांगा आमकां घाटी पंच नाका घाटी सरपंच नाका घाटी MLA नाका आमकां लेबर जाय हे इल्लीगल बस्ती हेंच्यांनी गव्हर्नमेंट लँडाचेर केला कमुदात लँडाचेर केला ते डेमोलिश करा तांकां म्हाज्या घराची फॉर्मां दिवं नाका आनी तो सांगता CM खंय फॉर्मां वाडटा बरी काम करता म्हाजे म्हणजे कळटा न्हू हेच्या तांकां कोणाचो सपोर्ट आहा तो
आयज हेंच्यांनी आमचे जागे खाल्ले धंदे कामां सगळे काबार करून उडयली कांयच दवरूंक ना आनी नांवांय आमची खाल्ली आयज नांवां ती आसा ती नांवांय चेंज केली आमी विधानसभेन ह्या प्रत्येक ह्या नेम चेंजाचेर आमी उलयल्ले आसा ते सरनेम चेंज केल्ली आसा तेजेर उलयल्ले आसा तरी पूण ते अजून पर्यंत आमकां येत आसा तेच आमी आनीक पळयलें की भायल्याचें नांव चेंज जावन बोरकर जालें सो अशी जी नांवां आसा ही नांवां अजून चालू आसा चेंज जावपाची हे अजून स्टॉप जावना आनी गोंयकारांची नांवां घेवन हे दादागिरी करपाक लागलेले आसा आनी ते आपूण गोंयकार समजता तो म्हणटा की आमी गोंयकार अरे कसले गोंयकार चोरून खावपाचे गोंयकार जेंच्यांनी तुमी आयज चोरले आमची जमनी आनी काबार केले आनी गोंयकारांचे तुमकां कांयच पडलेलेच ना सो घाटयांक जे आसा तो फर्स्ट प्रायोरिटी हो सरकार दिता घाटयांक तो म्हणटा की आमी तांकां लिगलायज करतले रेग्युलायज करतले आनी गोंयकार थंयच उरले गोंयकार अजून पर्यंत थंयच आसा आयज गोंयकारांचे डॉक्युमेंटेशन ना हे ना ते ना करून गोंयकारांक थंयच दवरले पण भायल्यांक पयलू तुमी प्रिफरन्स दिला भायल्यांक तुमी कंप्लीट क्लियरन्स दिल्ले आसा
आमी मागलेले की हे फक्त पर्सन ऑफ गोवन ओरिजीन जे 1961 जे CMान वाचून दाखयल्ले असेंब्लीन तो क्रायटेरिया लावपाक जाय म्हणून आयज कितें जाला एनी पर्सन बॉर्न इन गोवा कॅन चेंज देअर नेम एनी पर्सन कॅन जो गोंयांत जन्माला तो नाव चेंज करपाक शकता हे हो फालतू लॉ न्हू कायदोच फालतू कोणूय जन्माक येतलो ह्या फुडें जितले घाटी हांगा येतले ते सगळे आपूण नायक परब सावंत फर्नांडीस डिसोजा बोरकर हेच जातले आनी आमी कितें करपाचें फाल्यां हे पळय असले नायक जातले फाल्यां कोणी नांव चिंतना शंकर नायक म्हूण कोणी चिंतलो गोंयकार म्हणून अर्द्यांक खबरूच नासतलो लामाणी म्हणून
Manish Parab and Vaishnavi Sargaonkar for Goa365. We'll back in just a moment with more updates. Don't go anywhere. You're watching News Now on Goa365. Welcome back. And lastly, for the weather, Goa's weather on land is behaving beautifully. Calm skies, light winds and that familiar November warmth. But out at sea, conditions are set to get a little lively. Here's what to expect through the next few days.
Northerly winds continue to guide the pattern across Goa, keeping things dry and stable through both districts. It's the kind of week tailor-made for lazy lunches and long drives under open skies. In the last 24 hours, Mormugao recorded a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius, while Panjim cooled to 20.2 degrees Celsius overnight. Temperatures for the coming days should stay steady, around 32 degrees Celsius by day and 21 degrees Celsius at night. Expect shallow to moderate fog in the early hours till the 17th of November, adding that soft cinematic glow to your morning routine before the sunshine takes over. But here's the caution. The IMD has issued a squally weather warning for areas along and off the South Kerala coast, adjoining Lakshadweep and Comorin. Winds could reach 45 to 55 km per hour, so fishermen are advised not to venture into these waters till the 13th of November. So while Goa's shores stay calm and skies clear, the seas further south are in a bit of a mood. On land though, it's all golden light and gentle breezes. Perfect weather to stay grounded and let the waves have their say. Dry weather likely till November 17. Morning fog, sunny afternoons ahead, squally weather warning for fishermen. Maximum and minimum temperature on Wednesday 32 degrees Celsius and 21 degrees Celsius. Bureau report Goa365 with inputs from IMD.
That's all from me, Manish Parab and the entire News Now team here at Goa365. We'll be back tomorrow with more stories that matter. For in-depth reports and exclusive coverage, visit our website at www.goa365.tv and don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at @Goa365TV. Stay informed, stay safe and we'll see you again at 7:30 p.m. tomorrow right here on Goa365.